Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Just to update you, the website, my website, meteorologistjoecioffi.com, is down, and hopefully it'll be up sometime today. In the meantime, I will be posting on my paid platform on Patreon, patreon.com/meteorologist Joe Cioffi, and I will make some of those posts public so that you will be able to access them, and that will continue until the website is restored. Hopefully, again, that's today. By the way, that means that the app is not updating either, and there are some problems with that as well. Some mice got into my website yesterday, and it's been tech hell ever since. Okay, enough of that. We've got some patchy clouds left over from last night's cold front that produced showers and thunderstorms in some areas. Most of the heavy stuff was inland, which is what we had expected would happen because of the way the upper trough is and the timing of the front. We're done with the heat. And we are going to see some sunshine today, and temperatures are going to be a bit lower. In fact, a lot lower. Instead of going up to 90, we're only going to go up to about 70 to 75 in most places. And as we move through this week, the basic theme for the week ahead is going to be an onshore flow, at least for the next 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. And it's basically going to be coming out of what I would refer to as a dirty high. So over time, we're going to start to see low-level moisture come in. The other thing we're watching is on the radar. This is actually pretty impressive on the radar. There was an upper air disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico that moved inland, and it's kind of maintained its identity. You've got this large curl here, this comma-shaped curl producing very heavy rains across much of Georgia now and back into Alabama, and it's moving northeastward. Now, what's going to happen is that the northern edge of this is going to start to weaken as it moves into that drier air that's to the north. We're going to watch to see if any of it survives. We've got some of the models trying to sneak in some of that moisture tonight into tomorrow morning. I'm not so sure that that's going to happen. If that high to the north dominates, it may just keep things relatively dry. So we're going to keep an eye on things. In the meanwhile, the Storm Prediction Center today actually still has, this is the old forecast from overnight. So at least for the daytime today, we're looking at no risk of anything in the northeast and the northern half of the mid-Atlantic states. You get into a marginal risk because of that upper air disturbance that we just showed you from North Carolina down to the Florida Panhandle. Also a larger area of slight risk developing back through Texas. Both areas come with about a 2% tornado risk. That is for the daytime today. Tomorrow, it shifts into eastern Texas with marginal to slight and a 2% tornado risk there. Going on to day 3, we've got marginal risk from Indiana down into coastal Texas. And at least for now, on the long range, we are just seeing predictability too low. Now, I'm anticipating that the next cold front, when it arrives at the end of the week, probably Thursday night, that there might be some showers and storms with that. Meanwhile, you could see on WPC's forecast big rains in the southeast into North Carolina and Virginia, about 2 to as much as 4 inches in some places. Also back from Arkansas down into northeast Texas and up into the Central Plains. The southwest is still absolutely bone dry and not that much precip going on. A few pockets, yes, but for the most part in the northern Rockies and the Pacific Northwest over the next week, it's going to be rather tame. So let me show you here how the NAM handles this. And you see that little surface low, and it's obvious from the radar that we do have a low there. That's going to lift up to the northeast. Meanwhile, that high to the north is just kind of sitting. You can see the rain tries to move into it, and it dries up. We've got northeast isobars. I'm really tempted to leave it out. Now, if you're down in Virginia, the Delmarva Peninsula, maybe into southern New Jersey, you get clipped by it. But I don't think it'll move further north than that because of the way the ridge to the north, the way the high is anchored to our north. I tend to think that there's enough of a ridge here, and you're going to get that northeast wind and that should keep this thing to our south and relatively weak. So we'll take you through at least through Wednesday, and you're still getting that wind from off the ocean with the high south of Nova Scotia. Then as we go into Thursday, you start to see the isobars begin to bend around, and you also begin to see showers and thunderstorms from Indiana and Illinois southward into Louisiana. That is with the next cold front as low pressure there in northern Illinois, and the high starts to pivot offshore enough so that the winds go south. And here comes the cold front. So now the weather system is slowing down again. So it looks like now it's going to be mostly Friday that we're going to be dealing with some chance for some showers and thunderstorms. So we're back to that idea. We do see the GFS at least lingering precip to Saturday before it turns warmer and drier for Sunday and Monday. Not terribly warm, just probably back to near normal, but or a little bit above normal. And then we should be dry into the middle part of next week. The European overnight, quick look at that, and that's how we'll leave you today. So the European, this is for Friday morning, also slows the front down, and just actually with the European suggests that the front just moves along and that we just see improving weather conditions on Saturday and actually a warmer weekend because of the high offshore and a southwest flow. So the two models are really differing in the 5 to 7 day time range. I've been leaning all along with the idea that we don't have any blocking in the atmosphere and everything's moving along from west to east. I'm leaning to the idea that the weekend is going to be a warm, dry weekend. That's what I've been going with in my forecast, and I'm not really going to change my mind. The European's been pretty steadfast. The GFS lately has been a little squirrely with stuff, so I think this is the way to go. So fingers crossed that we could turn out to have a really good Memorial Day holiday weekend. All right, folks. We'll have more on this throughout the day, and of course, we'll be on the Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight. Tonight's show is going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, as opposed to the usual 7:30. So we hope to see you there.